Take cover! Get to the door!
Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
Like hell I can't. Oh. Oh boy.
I've heard that before.
Oh. Oh, you're big. You're big and
Ask
I'm out of
yourself
explosive.
why you're holding back.
Hi.
I better
listen,
scan
can
that
I
thing
tag you?
first. I gotta get through all that armor before I can do some damage.
Okay, listen. Oh, you're red. Good.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
Hi there. Listen, I'm making visible
I can
dents
keep
in your
going.
health bar already, lady.
Ah! Ah!
Ow! I think I can just
and
outdamage you, actually.
stones against the lightning.
Shut up!
Ah!
Ow! Listen, you.
Ah!
Stop hitting me! Okay, this is.
I can endure. You cannot.
I can target its gold plating.
What do you think I'm doing, Aloy? So, what are you doing?
This specter was designed to survive against more than that.
Yeah, well, I have several more of
Those
that.
gold plates are vulnerable.
Don't tell her that!
Ah!
Why would she build a thing with a...
Damn,
Be sure
need
to
more.
scan it if you like trophies. I did scan it. Listen, do I have any blast paste somehow? No, I don't.
This
Great.
specter
Okay.
was designed to survive against more than that.
I didn't hit you for a while. Oh, I don't have any... Oh, because I'm okay. Nope, don't. Man, this thing looks kind of doofy, actually. It's fine. It's
Armor's
fine.
off.
Yeah.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
I ran out of blast paste.
You're not taking me, Tilda.
Okay. Come on, there you go. Hey, can you get pinned to the wall or something?
Well, that did something.
Yeah, damage, Aloy.
Sticks
It's a drill spike.
and
Come on.
stones against the lightning.
It's powering up.
Okay, you might or might not have a phase 2. At this point, I honestly don't know. Drill spike. Drill spike.
I
Oh,
knew
you have a
you
laser
didn't
beam.
truly want to hurt me.
Your laser beam's gonna shoot over there. Okay. So.
Oh!
Ow! Okay, well, that one hurt. Hi there. Hi there.
Oh!
I can
Aloy needs a
endure.
slingshot. Aloy
You
has a slingshot. You want me to use
cannot.
the slingshot? Alright, fine, I'll use the slingshot. Hi there.
I'll shut you down.
Jeebus requested a slingshot, so now we're using a slingshot.
I clipped that thing's armor.
Actually, that's a pretty good piece of a... Oh, right, blast paste. I can't use it for much because all my things explode. But, here. Nope, that is not what I wanted. I wanted that one. There we go. Barrage blast sling. Haha!
This
Die!
world is finished. We must leave together.
Request a trebuchet. I don't think I have a trebuchet.
It's reforming. That was all I had.
That was all you had. Okay, fine. Enjoy the slingshot. Now let us present more fire.
Fight on, and you will lose.
Listen, fire. How do you feel about fire? And you don't really like fire. Here, drills. Just drill it. Just drill it.
A few more hits.
Yep. Oh, you're gonna fire all the way over there, huh? With
Ask
your laser
yourself
Starmie?
why you're holding back.
Why is your laser Starmie using hyper beam? Your laser Starmie was not pointed at me.
It's using those gold plates to power its attacks.
I'm using drill spikes to kill it, Aloy. Don't walk through the fire, please.
Soon we will be
more
all
spikes.
that is left of the human race.
Okay, are you done? You're dead. Great, good work. Cool.
Why couldn't you just let me choose?
It's a good question. Here, let me search Spectre Prime. All right. Oh, it has an instant burning chance plus 4% coil. That's great. Blast paste! It has blast paste. I can make explosive spikes again. I'm so happy. Here, I'm gonna make the explosive spikes right now. Yay! All right. Anyway, Tilda, where's your thing? Thanks for the blast paste, Tilda. Are you dead? Aloy, please fucking confirm that Tilda is dead.
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
Wait, you knew about Nemesis?
From Hades, yes.
You son of a bitch.
Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields.
Okay.
Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Yeah.
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds. When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct.
Which I
to a
did.
point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind. To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped.
Sure it can.
It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours.
Yeah,
what hope
but...
does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life. You'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
Yeah, but she's dead.
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet. Thank the 10.
Goodbye, Silence.
We get to keep an Apollo, though, right? Or are you taking the only one? Because I think if you're taking the only
She
one, we
looks
should be mad
okay.
about that.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
Yep, sure did.
Hey, where's he going?
As
That's a
far
good
away
question.
as anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
I see.
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all of the help you can get.
I feel like we were one sitcom laugh track.
Does
away
anyone
from-
else need a
Oh,
drink?
that
Fix
silence.
that ale of yours.
And then roll credits.
I'd be fine with a nap.
Excellent idea.
I hope it's really over this time.
It's not. Hey, is anyone going to ask what the glowing red death ball is? No one's going to ask what the glowing red death ball is, are they? Okay, so there's the cast of Horizon 3. Man, that really did have Mass Effect 2 vibes at the... That's a very artistic fade out,
There's
where the
another
last
battle
thing
ahead,
you see is the...
Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought.
Oh boy.
It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world. It's about preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle. The ingenuity to solve any problem. The courage to overcome any obstacle. And the resilience to rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
So we spent a large portion of this game tracking down Hephaestus, and the first thing we have to do in Horizon 3 is track down Hephaestus. Okay. Oh my god. And that is Horizon Forbidden West. Which... oh boy. Hey, do you have any control over this? Do I, No, it appears as though I do not. Okay. Good lord. Huh? How about that? Let's crank this a little bit. So we can get a little bit more of presumably the music here. Wow. This sure was a video game, huh? This, oh boy. It was a much brighter end game. Listen. It could have been, oh boy. It really, really, really got some heavy Mass Effect 2 vibes at the end of that, didn't it? Which, like, congratulations, you've beaten the alien menace. Bad news, the alien menace works for the real problem. Now here's the main difference between Mass Effect 2's ending and Horizon Forbidden West's ending. Mass Effect 2's ending, congratulations, you've beaten the alien menace, they work for the real problem, and the real problem is coming. You knew the real problem was coming a third of the way through the first game in the trilogy. Horizon Forbidden West, they tell you what the real problem is 5 minutes before the end of the second game in the trilogy. So, like, at the end of the day, okay, we get to do Horizon Effect 3, and we probably get to choose how much Gaia remakes the new world at the end, but none of it feels earned. None of it feels like it wants this. It wants to be this, yes, we've accomplished this great feat, but oh no, the real menace is lurking. Okay, start with the standard big bad and end with a fight against the god. I mean, okay, but like, some games do that better than others. Like, I made a Final Fantasy IX comment. Final Fantasy IX doesn't do it very well. And Final Fantasy IX foreshadowed the boss more than 5 minutes before the end of the game. Like, okay, they foreshadowed the Tilda heel turn. And then Tilda turned heel, and you fought one fight, and she was dead. That's it. Congratulations. Good job. It's just... It's so weird, because there were so many things here. Like, I talk about how they've got this big ending, and they've got this, okay, we've set up the threequel, you have to let us make a threequel now. But they set it up out of nowhere. Meanwhile, they took something that the first game built so well, and the second game, this game itself, was building so very well, and they just threw it away. Imagine telling someone who has just finished Horizon Zero Dawn, hey buddy, come here. I'm not going to tell you all the details, but come here, I want to let you in on a secret. Ted Faro's alive. If you tell someone who has just played Horizon Zero Dawn that Ted Faro's alive, they are going to be so excited for the moment in Horizon Forbidden West when Aloy gets to avenge Elizabeth Sobek and the entire Earth of 1,000 years ago by punching Ted Faro in the face, or perhaps even killing him. Right? If you tell someone that, even if you tell someone that up until 2/3 of the way through Horizon Forbidden West, if you tell someone that Ted Faro's alive, the player gets so excited to punch Ted Faro in the face. Instead, Ted Faro dies off screen, never seen. Like a chump. He just dies. And yes, it was funny and cute and satisfying and very enjoyable when the Ted Faro statue fell and smushed the CEO. But why couldn't there be a boss fight with horrible monstrosity Ted Faro? There are so many things that this game does well. Like, it looks gorgeous. It is incredibly beautiful. It is, like, for essentially a PS5 launch title, this looks so damn pretty. This is one of the prettiest looking fucking video games I've ever seen. And this right here is a wonderful example of it. Showing off the atmosphere, showing off the character and the machine models and the weather effects. It does so many things like that so well. And for the most part, not entirely, but for the most part, the enemy design in this game, the new monsters, the new enemies that they introduce, are more interesting and more varied up until the very end of the game than Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, my big problem with the combat in Horizon Zero Dawn, starting about 65-70% of the way through the game just ran out of ideas. Horizon Zero Dawn ran out of ideas 2/3 of the way through the game, and the only thing it could do was make the enemies bigger and uglier and damage spongier. And it's not the only game to have that problem. But Zero Dawn did that, and it got to the point where I was invested in the story of Zero Dawn, but when I played Zero Dawn, by the end of it, I cracked the difficulty way the hell down. Because I had no desire whatsoever to deal with the monsters or fight the enemies or any of that. I was sick of it. Horizon Forbidden West, the enemy design up until the very final mission was good, it was varied, it was interesting. Like, we ran into slaughter spines in the wild. The game never even threw a slaughter spine at us. I don't think the plot required us to face a slaughter spine even once. So the enemy design was fantastic. The plot. Oh boy. The characterization of Aloy. Oh boy. Like, to a certain point, I'm fine with Aloy just being fed up with everybody's bullshit and all of the administrative crap and all of the Karja people. I was fine with it. I thought it was funny. Toward the end of the game, especially with Silence, Aloy was pursuing anger and vengeance and being snarky for no reason other than to actively undermine her own quest. And it got to a point where even in character, other characters were like, do you want me to help you or not? Right? Because Aloy was just not having it. And hopefully, the little positivity she shows at the end of this game, having found a core of people she can trust and rely on, maybe they'll soften that a little bit for Horizon 3. Jeebus points out he thinks they did a great job with Beta. Beta was kind of hit and miss for me. Like, Beta was all over the place as a character, especially as an ally. Like, in one cutscene, I remember the first major conversation we had with Beta, she went from terrified and paralyzed and basically unable to do anything to condescending and angry and mean about the fact that Aloy wasn't a master scientist and a brilliant mathematician and a super genius Wile E. Coyote type. She did that, like, in one cutscene. And I found that a little annoying and off-putting. And I don't mind that Aloy is a flawed protagonist. I think, like, I made jokes about this a lot of the time, that Aloy has a savior complex, that Aloy is trying to be Batman. If they had just called that out, if anybody had called that out and said, hey, listen, Aloy, you're doing too much here, I feel like Aloy's self-sabotaging snarkiness never actually has any consequences, though. Like, nobody says to Aloy, I would have helped you if you weren't such a bitch. And obviously they don't have to use that word, and I'm not necessarily saying that language is what needed to happen, but nobody ever says to Aloy, we have the same goals, but you're a shitty person and you were mean to me, so now I'm evil. Nobody said that. The closest anyone came to saying that was Tilda right at the end, but what she was really saying was, you remind me of my ex-girlfriend, I'm gonna take you away from here. That was a different thing. Now, Jeebus had a hypothesis, which I want to scroll up and read here. Nemesis is a collection of everyone's consciousness, right? I don't think we're done with Ted Faro. That is a very strong possibility. You know what? If Ted Faro tried to upload his consciousness, we did see seeds of that. If in Horizon Effect 3, or whatever they call it, it might literally be Horizon. If they do that, and you get to punch like a digital manifestation of Ted Faro in the Horizon Geth consensus, okay. I feel like the actual physical literal Ted Faro being alive in this game and then dying off screen unseen like a chump, I feel like that still sucks, but I will concede you do have a good point, Jeebus. If Clone Ultron is, Ted Faro's consciousness is in there and we get to fight Ted Faro, all the better. Maybe they have everyone's consciousness in there. Maybe Elizabeth Sobek's in there. Maybe Horizon 3, we get an Elizabeth Sobek heel turn. And Aloy has to be like, I was built off of the 98th generation clone of this lady who turned out to be kind of a bitch and wound up wanting to kill me. Does that mean I'm evil? Oh no! Or maybe she winds up a party member. Maybe there are 84 betas. I don't know. Horizon with time travel, you can kill human Ted. You can go back in time and stop the robot apocalypse from ever happening. Probably not, but who the hell knows? I mean, at this point, right now, I'm not, I'm kind of stoked for a possible Horizon 3. Fortunately, it's going to be, 3 or 4 years before it ever happens. It hasn't even been announced or anything yet. But, if there were 84 betas, they wouldn't have so many glitches. I mean, that's another thing. I don't know if they became more prevalent toward the end game or if my save file got screwy or something, but man, toward the end of this playthrough, the camera was pulling all over the place. There was one time where it just got so far back it was almost unplayable. And then, there was the thing with Katalo earlier tonight in this stream where Katalo begged us to do his loyalty mission, which we had already done. Not to mention plenty of times where you jump and dive and glide and you wind up grabbing onto a ledge and then swinging right through a wall. Plenty of times like that. Plenty of times where you're jumping and it looks like you should be grabbing onto the yellow thing and the yellow thing's just not there for whatever reason, and then you jump at it the fourth time and it's like, oh yeah, that time you approached at it from a 17-degree angle instead of a 19-degree angle. If you approach from a 19-degree angle, it's impossible for Aloy to grab onto the thing, but a 17-degree angle is very reasonable. So now that you've approached from a 17-degree angle, you can jump onto this yellow thing and advance the plot. That's absolutely a thing that happened. Sportsman says he will never not get into this franchise, but they have a super complex world they can't do. Yeah, they clearly shot for the fucking moon. They shot for the moon with this game. And I guess the idea was shoot for the moon and hey, if you miss, you land among the stars. That old yarn, right? Well, it turns out that the stars are several 100 million miles further away than the moon. So if you shoot for the moon and you miss, you wind up in low Earth orbit. Which, hey, it's low Earth orbit. Better than I could do. But, Anyway, they thank me for playing. I thank you for watching. I thank you for chatting. I thank you for being here. I have had a lot of fun. I know I have shat all over this game. I am not even going to say that this was a good game. I had a lot of fun with it. There are some really great parts of this. You know what? Fuck it. This is a good video game. This is a good video game. At the same time, wow. I'm not surprised to see that was Carrie Ann Moss as the voice of Tilda. That did sound like a familiar voice. At a glance, the only voice actor I recognize is Carrie Ann Moss as Tilda. Listen, if you liked the combat in Horizon Zero Dawn, but wished that there was more of it in terms of variety and weapons and enemy types, you're going to love the combat in Horizon Forbidden West. The combat is great. I didn't do any of the melee pits because the melee pits look stupid and boring, and the melee pits probably suck. But the actual fighting machines combat, great. Loved it. Up until the very last mission, where the only thing they could think to do was throw 12 specters at me in staggered order, and then one super specter. Up until that very last mission, I have no complaints with the combat. It was great. If you loved the story of Horizon Zero Dawn and said to yourself, you know what I'd like in a sequel? Is if this made no sense. Just no fucking sense. If they just spun 4 different plot generator wheels and pulled whatever happens to come up with, aliens 1,000 years ago, swerves, random face turns, random heel turns. Sure. Absolutely. Yes. Clearly, this game had all of that and then some. Is this a great game? No. Is this a good game? Yeah. It's a good game. It's fun. If you're okay with a story that doesn't make sense, that seems to actively antagonize the player at times with how little sense it makes, but backs up its nonsensical story with a very beautiful world and some fun lines, some good comedy here and there, and really, really, really good mechanics. Horizon Forbidden West is a good game. So, again, thank y'all so much for watching. Okay. Discovered Nemesis. We have discovered Nemesis. We have a trophy for putting an end to the Zenith threat and discovering Nemesis. Okay. Now, if I just hit resume. Completed main quest Singularity. You are now free to continue exploring and complete any unfinished quests and activities. You can also start New Game Plus from the New Game Plus start point in the base. Thank you for playing. Okay. I am not at the Memorial Grove game. I am not at Hidden Ember game. I am not at Plainsong game. I am at the base game. There you go. Nope, I am not at Barren Light game. I am not at Fall's Edge game. I am not at Thornmarsh game. What are you doing here? What? Yep, I'm at the base game. Are you reminding me of all of the places I went to in order? That doesn't make any sense. If you want to start a New Game Plus, right here. You can do that. You can start a new game with your existing stuff. Well, since people are here, maybe they have conversation topics? Hi, Beta.
What are you up to?
I'm getting a head start on looking for ways to temporarily stabilize the biosphere. We may not have Hephaestus, but I'm sure we can come up with something.
Okay. Is everyone else gone? Everyone else appears to be gone because we saw them be gone in cutscenes. That does make sense, actually. What if you have quests with everyone else, though? Can we still do, like, Aaron's loyalty mission? Something, Sons of Prometheus? No? Okay. Can I go say hi to Gaia? Hi, Gaia. I rescued you. You care?
Everything okay, Gaia?
Yes, it is good to be home. Although my heuristic matrix will take some time to reinitialize. I must ensure that all Zenith code has been purged from my systems.
Good idea. Take as long as you need.
Super. Totally glad we rescued you. Bye.
I paid Vral's grave a visit earlier. Back at Gemini, he tried so hard to protect me. He was my first friend. I still can't believe he's gone.
You know, I talked to you before Varl did. By saying that Varl was your first friend, you're saying that you and I weren't friends, which... Okay, that's actually true. Never mind. Alright, I got nothing. There are quests that we could do that we absolutely won't do. For instance, we could, oh, what quests are we never going to do? We're never going to go talk to the groundskeeper at the Plainsong hunting grounds. We're never going to go to the Daunt hunting grounds. We're never going to talk to Petra at Chainscrape. We're never going to find this unknown settlement. It's not going to happen. This right here is the Gouge. What is surrounding the Gouge? It remains a mystery to the world. There was... it looks like there isn't anymore. It looks like the rebels don't exist. There was... oh, no, never mind. I lied. There's a rebel camp right in here. These rebels will continue rebelling. You ever hear stories about, Confederate troops who were fighting the Civil War in 1896? Well, these rebels are going to be living in 1896. This question mark down here, it's an unknown settlement within a stone's throw of the relic ruins at the Long Coast. It will remain a mystery to us. What else are we never going to do? We're never going to talk to the Pitmaster in Thornmarsh. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have to live with that. In fact, many things will never, ever, ever be done. Ever. One thing that will be done is this stream. Thank y'all so much for being here. Have a good night, and goodbye.